All right. We have a new podcast studio look. Again, we're gearing up to have guests in the studio live. So, I want you guys to prepare yourselves for that journey. Okay.
Bluetooth.
All right. Taibu Muad'Dib, what's going down? Without the intro music, because I got Instagram on my phone. Because somebody ain't leave a charger for the. That's all Let me get the other glass. I just rinsed the glass out. Obviously, I need the. You did. Uh, Extra music.
You need what?
Connect the Bluetooth. No, I'm just saying. If you want to rinse that glass out, and the clear is on the dresser. Don't nobody know how to use this phone.
Okay. Forcing it.
I will share the Buddha vibes. Really? Wow. I had it on the mic. I could see the mic.
I'm trying to get the background.
Yeah, I mean on that one it looks good. Nah, I don't know how to put it. I don't know the country YouTube. I don't. What's going on, everybody? Hi, Muad'Dib. As you can see, we're working on a better podcast viewing experience for you. Uh, that's real. That's what's up. So I got wires all over the place. It's going crazy, but we're still talking about forgiveness. So bear with me. Bear with me. I'm ready. Just gonna press play. It's all good. I mean, it's all good.
Late anyway. It's already connected probably to yours.
I can definitely take mine off. Mute gammas.
Bluetooth pairing.
There we go.
Bluetooth connected.
I've come this far on trust. Lord help me. My mind is stressed. I'm a mess. Lord help me. Open the window up into my heart. I can do nothing without you, oh God. I'm praying, saved by your grace. And I'm a heathen who believes I need a healing from this mess. It must be a test, Lord. One more time. I've come this far on trust. Lord help me, my mind is stressed. I'm a mess. Lord, help me. Open the window up into my heart. I can do nothing without you, oh God. I'm praying, praying. I'm saved by your grace. And I'm a heathen who believes I need a healing from this mess. It must be a test, Lord, help me. That's the song. It's coming together, just like the podcast studio. Y'all get a chance to look at behind the scenes of everything that it takes to get ready for a podcast. Taibu Muad'Dib right here, man, knocking them out the box. All the other podcast shows, they're all wanting to know what's going on You're a Mess. Well, I'll tell you, in a couple of days here, if you have not grandfathered yourself on to being a subscriber on the regular page, you will be just watching short clips of what we're doing over on YouTube. I'm going to monetize it as I should. Over 20 episodes into the game, I think I have a good pulse for the people. I feel like my content is original. I feel like I'm helping some folks. In fact, I know I'm helping some folks. And I'm going to tell you right now, when you go back and binge watch You're a Mess, you'll see people getting elevation from joining the program. Now, if you're in the DFW area or visiting the DFW area, you can be a live guest in the live studio. You see it looks good. We appreciate you guys for supporting the show for this long. We're going somewhere. And believe you me, unity is now available because we have leadership. Taibu Muad'Dib, I'm shooting out the link to everybody that wants to jump in here and join the live discussion. It's fine by me. Just put a comment in the section, get in the inbox and let me know. I will graft you in. Why is it important to give your opinion and to help influence the culture? Well, I'll tell you why. If you don't take advantage of what is available to you now, you'll lose it. Taibu Muad'Dib right here, man, getting you the thing that matters. We're going to go hard one time for the one time. All right. Welcome to the show, everybody. It's Taibu Muad'Dib. I'm putting it down. I'm going to say my name 1,000 times just so you never forget it. Muad'Dib Global. Raise the glass, man. We are conglomerating. We are conglomerating in 2023. As an African people, we are going to develop our own financial ecosystem independent of the European power structure, and thus we will finally be experiencing the same kind of freedoms that they have. If something happens that's unjust, we will likewise, in a similar fashion, organize against the oppression, and we will exact justice ourselves. It's time for that. Been past time for that. We are no longer going to be held to the European standard of justice for us or themselves. All right. If you read my books, you will realize that America has never ever seen justice since the Europeans entered it. Whatever the natives that were here to this land that were doing before the Europeans showed up, whether it was just or not, we just don't know. Want to know why? Because they killed their history, just like they killed everybody else's history and started telling the history the way they want to tell it. So we'll get more into that tomorrow and think it through Thursday. But tonight, for Wild Out Wednesday, gosh darn it, we're going to talk about what's real. And what's real is some people, what's going on there? Hey. Make sure you guys, hey, it's all good, Shannon. Shout out to everybody on Facebook, Instagram. Make sure that y'all go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel because I will be streaming only live on YouTube after the first of the year. All right. So shout out to everybody out there. So tonight we're discussing forgiveness in a relationship. So Shay comes in. Shay, you have requests. She comes in like whenever she wants to, basically, and she does what's called right or wrong segment. So she'll be in here momentarily after she shares with me her segment, and we'll pull it down, we'll look at it, and we'll go through a whole segment thing. But for right now, Shannon, I think I sent you the link. I think I sent you the link. Go ahead and click on the link. You can join in live if you want to. That'd be awesome. And give your opinion, meet everybody on the show. That'd be great. If I send you the link and it says go ahead and tap in, click on the link the bold part, and it'll bring you right into the studio, and I welcome you in. All right. So tonight episode, we're still going through the importance of forgiveness in a relationship. How important is it, you ask? Forgiveness is all important, and having an atmosphere of forgiveness in your heart for the person that you're with is all important because we all mess up. You know that gospel song, we fall down, but we get up. We all mess up. It's gonna happen no matter how much you love this person, how close you are to them. What happens when we mess up? We need to be forgiven. All right. And so forgiveness is that important to a relationship. How is the relationship gonna last if you don't have or you have not built or structured or cultivated an atmosphere of forgiveness with the person that you're with? How is it gonna last? I don't know. I mean, think about it. We're all human. Say it's a really important thing that my girlfriend has going on, Ty, but you just can't miss this function. I won't. You just can't miss it. You have to be there. Everybody's gonna be there. I won't. And then I do. Does it mean I don't love her? Does it mean I don't care for her? She's not a priority of mine? No. It means that traffic was bad or things that had to get the job and I was really needed at the job for something, you know. So I mean, she knows I help pay bills. We pay bills together. We share money. I take her place. She takes me place. But I'm saying, so we know that money ultimately has to take precedence, for the most part, over everything. It sucks that's that way for most of us. It won't be that way for long. But I'm just saying, at the end of the day, though, if I mess up, will she forgive me? If you mess up with your partner in similar fashion, that person says, hey, that shirt's, you ladies, he says that this shirt I need is important to me. I need this shirt for work tomorrow. I have a huge business meeting. Please get it dry clean. And you take it to get it dry clean. And you don't go pick it up before the dry cleaner's closed. And you won't have access to it until after he actually goes to work the next day. Will he forgive you? Have to have forgiveness in our relationships. So I'm going to continue to teach about forgiveness. I always have something prepared. So the polos and the button ups and just the crispy look, that's just about me being professional, right? I want you guys to understand I can come in. I mean, sometimes I have t-shirts on. I did one show where I didn't have no shirt on. It was great. Y'all got to go back and watch that. But I'm saying to you, look, forgiveness is what makes having an atmosphere of forgiveness in your relationship is how you know that you are with somebody special. All right. That's how you know your relationship is truly special. When you have that forgiveness. All right. I'm gonna rush into the teaching part of it because y'all got a short attention span. Let me run off in. Let me jump off into this teaching portion of it real quick and get y'all some food for thought. Uh, I used to do 5 minutes of fire to start the show off with. I will bring that back in 2003. So that's another reason to make sure that you go over there and subscribe. 5 minutes of fire by is going to be coming back. Let me go over here and show you guys what I had Googled for you this time. All right. So if you ask yourself, what is the power of forgiveness, right? Let me go ahead and screen share this for you guys so you get a little bit of this food for knowledge. If you knew better, you do better, what they say. So I hope you guys get something out of this. Now the topic tonight is I ask you guys, I say, what if I just won't forgive that person? What if I just can't forgive that person? If that's the case, it's two things. One, you just selfish and you should relationship anyway. But two, it's because you don't understand the power of forgiveness. The power of forgiveness, it says, is unparalleled. There's nothing like it. Nothing can keep up with it. There's nothing like the power of forgiveness, right? And really, if you're a Christian like me, that's all important. Like, there's no way through the salvation for my sin and my flesh, except for the forgiveness that God lays upon me because of the sacrifice of Christ the Lord. Right. So forgiveness, I get this. It can free us of our past baggage. Uh-oh. It can free who? Us of our past baggage. Now, y'all thought I was going to go to somebody else, but what about our past baggage? What about your past baggage? What are you saying, Taibu? What I'm saying is you can't forgive others if you haven't learned how to forgive yourself. Let's be honest about that, right? You can't forgive others if you have not learned how to forgive yourself. Are you a parent? Have you ever yelled at your child like and you felt bad afterwards? Are you in the service industry and you were having a bad day and that led to somebody getting really poor service? And afterward, you knew that person didn't deserve it? Are you a coach and you had a tough situation with one of your players or one of the people on the team, and you're a coach and you just kind of just blew off something that was important? That person, the team player needed you and you just kind of blew it off, you know, and that person suffered because of it. Have you ever done anything that you just wanted forgiveness for and it really had to come from yourself first? Like the situation is past, but have you forgiven yourself? We go through stuff like that all the time, people, and we repress unforgiveness. This right here says the power of forgiveness. It says it can free us of our past baggage. We're not even talking about anybody else right now. We're talking about us. Can you forgive yourself? How can you be forgiving to somebody in a relationship? And this is relationship 101 stuff right here, people. Like, don't marry someone who, if you haven't talked to them about what they've learned about forgiving themselves, can they forgive them? This is part of the vetting process. I was talking about my very first 100 episodes. Women, ladies, if you're going to get involved with a man and you know you're going to give your all to him and y'all love on a whole different level, uh, mainly because you can produce life, right? But what I'm saying is, if you're going to give somebody your all, make sure you talk to him and ask him, has he ever done something that he, wasn't too proud of? And then did he forgive himself? Right? Because again, like I say, men have the upper hand. This is I'm just gonna go over, I'm just gonna review some stuff. Men have the upper hand in relationships, not just because we don't have to worry about labor pains and childbirth. But what I'm saying, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Make sure you guys share, like, and post and share, right? Appreciate that, Shannon. You cannot so men are have upper hand because we're breadwinners, we're protectors. We just have the upper hand in the relationship. And then if the relationship breaks apart, not in this community, in this society, not very many men are moving on with the child. They're moving on single and free. So, ladies, before you get with a guy, before you go down the aisle with the guy, before you get serious with the guy, before you move him in, talk to him and ask him, has he ever done anything he wasn't proud of? And then ask him, did he forgive himself for it? Because not being able to forgive himself, ladies, means that when you do something that really is messed up, and you will, no matter how perfect you think you are, will he be able to forgive you? Will he have it in his soul to forgive you, ladies? You need to know that. That's part of the vetting process. Look at the power of forgiveness. And if you guys aren't using Google, if you aren't Googling and researching the things that can make you better in your relationship, shame on you. All right. That's for all of you that don't do your research. You slap yourself. All right. Forgiveness acts as a healer in most cases. Who don't want a healing? Whose relationship? I got a couple folks watching me over here. What's up on Instagram? I shout y'all out. I give you a little wave sign. But who don't want to be healed? Who don't want the relationship? Whose relationship is a little bit tense right now? You don't want some healing? It's gonna come through forgiveness. Forgiveness acts like a healer in most cases. I know I'm preaching to the choir, but can you guys really get to that level where you're doing it? I've been on my show and I've had some tough moments with my girlfriend before I even met her when I was single. I had some tough moments on my show. I used to have guests come in here all the time, whatever, that's how I started my show. But look, the bottom line is I didn't know myself how important forgiveness was until I met somebody that I really wanted to, right? When you meet somebody that brings so much value into your life, you really can't see yourself without them. You're going to have to learn how to forgive, right? Let's be honest. And that might come from you seeing down the line in your past that I haven't forgiven myself for this, that I don't even know if this is what I'm saying. Cultivate an atmosphere of forgiveness early on in the relationship, people. That's how you win. I'm gonna bring on some couples right here live in the studio starting next year, and they're gonna talk from different age groups and generations. They're gonna talk about, and I'm gonna have y'all welcome to come on the virtual studio as well. I'm gonna bring them in here, and we're gonna talk about forgiveness, how important it is to a last relationship. 10 years, 20 years. If you want to be with that person and really build something awesome, these couples have built businesses, they built homes, real lives, great relationships in the community. If you want that, you're going to have to learn to cultivate a spirit and atmosphere of forgiveness in your relationship early on. There's no way to last without it. All right. So we're going to look a little bit deeper into this. Now, it says the powerful 5 steps. But look, let's look at right here how the power of forgiveness can heal your life, right? Practicing forgiveness. Oh, practicing it, not do it one time, not forgive them if they say it. This is not a one-time event. Please stop looking at it like you do it one time and that's it. It's going to have to happen every day, every month, every year of your relationship. There has to be a culture of forgiveness. It says practicing forgiveness can have powerful health benefits. Observational studies and even some randomized trials suggest that forgiveness is associated with lower levels of depression, anxiety, and hostility. Oh, right? Reduced substance abuse, higher self esteem, and greater life satisfaction. Yet, forgiving people is not always easy. I'm going to stop sharing right there. That's too much knowledge. But I want you guys to get in the comment section. When's the last time you forgave somebody? I'm challenging you right now. Everybody don't just sit there and be bumps on log. Y'all even on Instagram. When's the last time you forgave somebody? Yesterday, a week ago. When's the last time you had a situation where somebody needed to forgive and you forgave them? Now let's qualify forgiveness at this point, right? I'm not talking about them saying I'm sorry, like, yeah, whatever. That's not forgiveness. They say, man, really, I really didn't mean for it to go down like that. I really apologize for that. You know what? I can see how you led yourself to that situation. I can see how you made that. I mean, I can totally see how you went that direction with that route, man. It's all good. I got you. We're good. That kind of forgiveness. When's the last time you forgive us? And I'm gonna get in the conversation myself. I'm gonna get in the conversation. I'm gonna give you an opportunity to think about it. The last time you truly forgave somebody, whether they asked for it or not. Because most folks, some folks, I can't say most folks, but some folks won't ask because they don't know how to ask, right? When's the last time you forgave somebody? I want to thank Shannon Marie for sharing out the show. Everybody, make sure you share it with somebody that you love. I'm definitely going to lead you out to something, and make sure that everybody subscribes. Go to Taibu Muad'Dib on YouTube and subscribe to the channel before you have to pay me. All right. I'm going to put in here the last time I had to forgive somebody. All right. Bottom line. Um, I'll just type it in here. We got time. We got time. Pretty soon, we're going to have the right or wrong segment from Shay, I believe. Um, or I will be super, super single tomorrow. And when you guys see mine, I want to see this sounds familiar to you. It's something that you had to go through because we all go through it. All right. I put this in the comment section so you guys can see it. Share it. Look, I had an argument with a coworker at the job. I'm in management, so this is a management argument, right? And I had to forgive him right then and there. I had to forgive him right then and there. Like, don't even carry that burden. I had to forgive him because I knew he wasn't going to do it. Some folks, they feel when when they feel like they're right, you have to forgive them. That's the most important time to forgive somebody. I'm telling you right now, Taibu Muad'Dib, I'm telling you, if you want to live that happy, fulfilled life, start learning how to forgive yourself completely. Let it go, move forward. Then start giving that same spirit to other people. Forgiving someone has nothing to do with them accepting it, has nothing to do with them acknowledging it, it has nothing to do with them even being changed by it, right? It's all about what you become when you do it. And I know that that's a wild out concept, wild out Wednesdays. It be like that. I'm going to bring it to you in the raw Hong Kong. I'm talking about, I'm going to get UFC grimy with it. But the concept is radical, right? It does not matter if that person acknowledges it, if it changes them, if they accept it, you be forgiving. Let that be what you're about because of what you will become by doing it. So I forgave him. He doesn't even know that I forgave him. I just did. I knew I had to do it right then. There was no way we were going to be able to, continue to manage in the same atmosphere if I didn't forgive the individual right then and there. Now, when you forgive somebody, that does not mean forget the situation, but forgive them, right? How you strategize your life from that point forward to avoid it from happening so that they can't attack you or offend you like that. How you do that, but forgiving them right there in that instant means everything, right? So, yeah, forgiveness is all important, man. If you get into it with a coworker, don't be petty. Don't hold a grudge. It's just gonna make your life because that I'm gonna tell you something. I met a childhood bully down the line. We both grown. And like our neighborhood was kind of small. So like you see somebody from the old neighborhood, you tell me, we were like, hey, what's up, man? What y'all went through as kids? So I seen them, we was kicking it. And I was like, man, I said, why was y'all always messing with me? You and your cousin. He was like, man, I don't even remember doing none of that. So you walk around with this whole thing for all this time because you didn't forgive that person, and that one argument, that person may have forgot about it because either the argument or you or both were just that insignificant to that person. You mean nothing to that person's life. You're somebody they see at work, they go home, they forget about that you're even alive. But now every day you're coming to work like he better not say nothing. She better not say nothing again. You know what I'm saying? Forgive people. Be forgiven. That's how you grow. All right. We're gonna go to one more. I'm gonna screen share one more out to get y'all just a little bit more of this juice tonight. Wild Out Wednesday. I want you guys to understand how radical of a concept that forgiveness is. But I'm telling you right now, without it, I give your relationship about a 5% chance of being what you want it to be going in. 5%. I say 5% because some people are just made to be very accommodating. So as long as you don't commit the ultimate sin, they'll forgive you all the way through. Y'all, we all know couples like that where one person's just buck wild, the other person's just like, no, that's just Sadiq. That's just how he is. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah. You'd be like, nah, I would never go for that. But that person's just they're just accommodating, right? That's a very small percentage of the population. Everybody else, they're gonna walk it out. All right. So we're gonna move forward. All right. Uh uh I'm missing one word. It's coming to me. It's coming to me. It's coming to me. Uh all right. All right. Trying my best to I'm trying to teach you guys how to do this. When you are going through something, I'm trying to teach you guys how to use the internet to like build your knowledge base to help you get to know yourself better, right? Don't be the kind of person to go to the internet to try to prove a point or beat somebody down like people used to say in church. Don't beat them down with the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Get to know yourself better first. Point the thumb and then elevate. And see the person will elevate with you. If they don't, then you don't need to be with them. But if you can elevate yourself and then say, "Hey, why don't you elevate with me?" and they're not going in the same direction, that's a red flag you can't get around. All right, I'm gonna screen share this real quick. I want you guys to get out your notepads right now. Like I said, when you hear this sound right here, that means I dropped a jewel. So write it down. I went ahead and I Google searched possible outcomes of not forgiving somebody. And I had to put it like that because there's one word I was looking for and I couldn't think of it to put it in there. But what are the possible outcomes of not forgiving someone? Right? There's about 16 million, almost 17 million results for this kind of search. So a lot of people are dealing with this. I'm no hero. I'm definitely a genius, confirmed genius, but I'm no hero. But 17 million people can't be wrong. Do your research, folks. If you're forgiving, you might bring angerness and bitterness into every relationship and new experience. I'm looking y'all in y'all face. I don't see nobody. I don't see no pens moving. Come on over here, Instagram. I don't see no pens moving. Drop a thumbs up if I'm making sense. Do something. Even if you're at work, dip off in the corner somewhere, park that forklift, put it on safety latch, and put it on neutral, and then drop me. Let me know I'm making sense out here for real, because I know I'm winning. I just showed you on the one hand what the power of forgiveness will do for your life. Now I'm showing you what'll happen if you're unforgiving. You might, it says might, but it's more likely than not that you will bring angerness and bitterness into, somebody say, into every relationship and new experience. Now I can honestly say that when I first met my girlfriend, I knew that was an issue with us. I knew that I was dealing with things that I didn't create. That's why for like a bunch of episodes, you saw me saying, "Hey, look, let's stick it out for the ones that we love." African men, I say African men, why would we not be the kind of individual to stick it out for ours? Why is it so easy for us to leave our African women, diss them, down them, dog them, talk about them, treat them? When are we gonna start uplifting them, putting them on a pedestal, and leaving them there? You know, When are we going to start figuring out what their needs are? No matter when we meet them and what condition we in, when are we going to start making sure that they know that we got their back? So at least one person in the relationship has to be understanding about what this forgiveness thing has to be. Because I don't think that my girlfriend, I don't think that she had that wellspring of forgiveness in her heart. You know what I'm saying? So she was always ready. I was a suspect. I'm talking about as soon as we started kicking it hard, really hard, I was a suspect. I didn't know this. It started to come out in weird ways. I'm like, man, what. And a lot of you men out there, and a lot of you women out there too, you understand. This person's always accusing you of doing stuff. It might not be the old adage that it's because they're doing something too. It might be because they brought anger and bitterness into a relationship and a new experience with you, where they were cheated on, or they were, lied to or betrayed or backstabbed in some way, abandoned, and they brought that into our relationship. So I don't want you guys doing it. Look, this might be my first viral video because, like I said, 17 million people are searching this. They want to know what happens if you don't forgive. So y'all make sure y'all get this word out there, right? You might become so wrapped up in the wrong that you can't enjoy the present. I hope you're writing this down. Like, don't just be sitting there like, I'm going to remember this tomorrow. You're not. If you're going through something, how are you so sure that you're not the cause of it? How are you so sure? I tell everybody on my show all the time, if you crazy, you can't diagnose your own self. You can't diagnose your own craziness. Taibu Muadi right here, man. I'm just giving y'all. I'm kind of getting a little caught up in here because so many people in relationships, it's like nobody's being willing to point the thumb. The knowledge is out there online. Just search for it, look for it, man. Heal your own relationships from the inside. Stop spending thousands and thousands of dollars. Why go get therapy when all you need to do, people, is learn how to forgive and then offer that to the person that you love. I said all you need to do is learn how to forgive and then offer it to the person that you love. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right. You can become depressed or anxious. If you're unforgiving, you might start to feel like your life lacks meaning or purpose, or that you're at odds with your spiritual beliefs. So anybody done that? Anybody ever been mad at God for something that happened? Right? Lose valuable and enriching connectedness with others. So if it always amazed me when you hear somebody say, or when I heard somebody say, excuse me, man, me and so used to be tight, but I don't mess with that bleep no more. That's what it is. Not being able to forgive. So you lose a valuable friendship, relationship. All right. Taibu Muadi right here. We stopping the screen sharing. We got Shay coming in pretty soon with this right or wrong segment. I'm telling you, man. Hey, I can't make this stuff up, man. The podcast is real. The lessons are real. But, y'all really getting a treat because y'all getting basically to see me live my life out on the show. All right. Okay, got my man Sam on there. Welcome to the show. It's the People's Choice, Don Rico. Don, how's it going from Wisconsin?
Man, it's going, man. Who was that? I think that's two folks. Yeah, man, I'm chilling, man. I had a little issue on the phone, so I had to deal with it.
Like, look, Don Rico, what he's saying is if you're gonna join the podcast, do not have cricket service.
Yes, sir.
We don't accept cricket services. All right.
Cricket
Okay.
service is the worst ever. You know what? T-Mobile garbage now too.
What?
It's been garbage up here. I don't know about down there, but T-Mobile bought Sprinter. They emerged. T-Mobile and Sprint and Boost are horrible now.
If you live in Madison, Wisconsin, I this is what I'm saying. U.S. Cellular. That's the best service. U.S. Cellular, you can get service inside of a refrigerator if you got U.S. Cellular. I ain't gonna lie. If you inside of a tin can, you gonna get a service with U.S. Cellular. Everybody
not,
else is second rate.
not on the east side by Thompson Drive. Bad service.
Hey, look, Don,
Yo,
you of all people can understand today's topic. And it's a wild I know it's a wild concept, brother, but give it to me, bro. When's the last time you don't have to you can use names if you want to, but we don't really do names. But when's the last time you had to forgive somebody, bro? Just walk us through what happened. See, I knew you. Look, I knew you. It wasn't going. Look. That's what I'm saying, man. Come on, give it to us straight, bro.
I'm trying to think. Let me think.
What? Man, look, in America, somebody offends. Listen, let me tell you something.
What you mean? Anybody?
I gotta get forgiven folks in the drive-through. You know what I'm saying? Look.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever gone through the drive-through at McDonald's and you got the time to get to work the whole night, everything smacking, and you get hot cakes and sausage, and you pull off, you look in there, you see the hot cakes, you see the steam on steam, you see the spoons, you pull off what they didn't put in there. No syrup. No syrup, everybody. Come on, fam.
Hey, look.
You ready to go off on a drive-through person.
Hey, look. I got it. I forgave the waiter the other night. I was at Olive Garden.
Okay. All right.
She brought me some soup. You know, it was cold as hell that day. It was one of them cold days. You don't know because you're down there. Like right before Christmas, I think it was the Wednesday or the Thursday. Freezing. 13 below freezing. So we go in there and I order some soup. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to keep it as healthy as I can. Plus
respect.
Plus it's hot. It's cold outside. I want something hot. I ordered me a tea, you know, with the tea thing. So I go taste the soup, man. The soup cold as hell. I'm like, what? I said, this soup is cold. So I set it to the side. And she go back and get another. She bring another one. And then that's not it. I'm gonna tell you the whole thing. So then the soup was cold. So then they brought the bread out. Hard as a brick. I'm talking about really like, I'm like, what? So, you know, she's like, I'll bring that back. You know, I know she's not cooking this. Then they bring the entrees out. Cold. I mean, cold. You could feel it like it was sitting in the refrigerator, bro. Not mine, just mine, my lady friend, and my daughter. All our shit cold. My lady friend, hers wasn't cooked right. It was not even like over.
Now was this Olive Garden East or West?
West.
Oh yeah. See, look. Let me tell you something. I went there one time. If you are of a certain persuasion, they gonna dink you.
They're
gonna sit you back by the kitchen if they can. If you don't say nothing, they're gonna sit you all back by the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna, I went there one time. Never do it again. The East Side Olive Garden, straight. The West Side Olive Garden, bro. I almost knew as soon as you said it might have been the same lady.
Man, look. Now she was taking all day, right? Because she said she was the only waiter in there, waitress. I mean, but how the soup get cold from the back to the front. So when she brought it back, now Mike, watch this. When she brought the soup back to me, it was so hot it burnt my lip. The next day I had a little mark. I'm like, what the hell did I get? Then I remember, like, man, when I hit that soup, it was scalding. I'm like, she must have really put it on a long time. She like, I'm gonna get this MFer. You know what I'm
So
saying?
so
But
she so it went from ice cold to scalding hot.
scalded, bro.
And look,
Worse.
what y'all don't understand what he's saying is if you've been in a restaurant situation, that 10 or 15 minutes, you sit down hungry. So that 10, 15 minutes, you starving. So fam
Man,
ain't had no choice but to go try to go in on the soup. You know what I mean?
we
Bro.
had the little salad, but my daughter grabbed the breadstick and was like, I'm like, damn. So I told him all this, and I told the manager, I'm like, man, y'all need to give us a discount. Woo woo, man. What he's supposed to do is took all them entrees and that soup off. You know what I'm saying? That man took a few dollars off, man. And I was like, you know what? At that point, it was like, I'm not even finna debate with them no more. They know they bogus. I could have showed my butt up in there.
Right, right.
But I'm so humble now. I'm like, it was crazy. But I'll never go there again.
So when did you know that forgiveness was necessary for you to emotionally move on? You know what I'm
I,
saying?
I, I just knew I just forgave the waitress. I'm like, I'm like, what I'm saying? I'm like, I forgive you. I know it wasn't, even though I was frustrated with her too, but I knew it wasn't her that was making this stuff. She's just bringing it out. So whoever's in the back, you know what I'm saying? Probably, Jeffrey Dahmer's brother or somebody, is back there sending out cold entrees.
Man, look, bro. So if you wouldn't have forgiven that person, you know what I'm saying, then do you feel like it would have stuck with you like all on your shoulders and stuff? Like, do you feel like it would have, you know what I'm saying? Like it would have been a issue, like you just keep bringing it up?
No, I wouldn't. I just did it because that's who I am.
Okay. All right.
You
Respect that.
know,
Respect that. Yeah, I mean,
I
me
wouldn't have
personally,
lost. I wouldn't have lost no sleep over it. Believe that.
I mean, bad service is what it is, but I'm saying I'm glad that we talked about just stuff out in the community. Shay Houston, everybody.
How about them Eagles?
Uh,
For real?
oh, you heard me? I know. Said that
Oh,
was
what's
bad.
up? What's up, Shay Houston?
All right, so we gonna go to the we're gonna go to the right or wrong segment. We're gonna get that together to see what that's about.
Why would you do that? Like I did like literally sent it.
Hmm.
These dudes was just over here fighting.
Who's that?
Uh, the
Watching
Orlando,
basketball?
yeah, Orlando. Somebody. That boy Kevin Durant head
Did
is
you send
ate
it for
up.
her?
That boy head is ate up. Kevin Durant looked like he got tennis all through his hair.
You know you wild for that.
If I had that much money, you would never see a flaw on me.
Was it today?
I would have been had the plants in. I'd have been had them plant that hair up there.
I mean, it's crazy when you see a professional athlete, people shouting you out. Shay, I don't know why you want to know. She, she trying to get her right up. The phone's right here. Um,
I
so
got two
yeah, it's
phones.
it's it's always a trip when you see a professional athlete roughing it like that, like Derrick Rose. Like Derrick Rose for a long time had that crazy looking beard, scruffy looking face. I ain't know what was up with that for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, go get a lineup. You know what I mean? I don't know what be going on with that.
And I know Derrick Rose's brother's best friend. I met his brother once, and I know Derrick Rose's brother's best friend used to be Derrick Rose's assistant. But
Oh,
I know
okay.
he had a personal barber at one time, so I don't know what was going on. Maybe he's doing it like I'm doing it right now. I'm just dragging it out. But Friday, this will be taken care of.
Right. I'm saying a professional athlete, bro. I mean, you have to have a stylist on deck. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
What are you doing with your money? You know what I'm saying?
And he
You
got
know.
a bag too. He had got 90 million. He got a couple big contracts. Hey, Giannis got poked on the other day. For any of you Buck fans out there, Giannis got poked on
But
by
look,
that young boy from the Celtics.
here's the
Number
deal.
0.
Here's the deal though. Giannis got a ring. There's a lot of NBA players, a lot that can't say that.
You know
There's so
what?
many. Look. There's a lot of
Hey,
NBA. There's a lot of NBA players that can't say they have a ring because if you look at the NBA over the last 20 years, how many different squads have won the title? Different squads. You a sports buff?
it's been a few,
No, it
not
hasn't.
many.
No, it hasn't.
It's been a few. I said a few. I said not
Oh,
many.
okay. So it's like what 30 something teams, 28 something teams. I mean, how many teams is it? Like it's like around 30 teams. In the last
The
20 years.
Warriors. The Warriors. What you said? The last 10?
No, I'm saying in the last 20 years, only like 6 franchises have won championships.
Yeah. The Spurs. The Warriors. Cleveland. Miami. We'll say
Detroit,
before 20 years. The Bucks. I don't know.
Detroit.
I don't know if Detroit won within 20 years. I think it's been
Yeah,
more than that.
you
No,
think so?
that's been like 20 years ago, bro.
You think
Kobe,
so?
Kobe Bryant was like a second player, a second year player.
Okay, okay.
I don't know. Maybe it hasn't, but in the Toronto Raptors.
So I mean,
Hold on, bro. Hold on.
I'm just letting y'all know what it is. So that's what
Hurry
it
up
comes
and
down
go.
to. Yeah, so we're gonna check the right or wrong segment out for the day, man, and see what's going on with it. This is Shay Houston. Shay, do
Hey,
you wanna loudly let us know what this
hey, I'm gonna log
segment is
off
gonna
for a
be?
second. I'm gonna log off, but
Okay.
I'm gonna come back on.
All right, no problem. We got
Watch
you.
for me when I come back on. Put me back in.
All right, we got you.
All right.
Okay, so your boy Kevin Samuels, um, he was trying to get this young lady to understand something. I want y'all to let me know. Do y'all feel that he's right or wrong? And what is he saying? 720.
Kevin Samuels, everybody.
Netflix and chill economy. I gotta go back to it, man. Men don't understand why women like yourself don't understand that your children make you less valuable.
So can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Do you have children?
Doesn't matter.
No, I'm really like I really.
It doesn't matter. A woman having children because it doesn't matter. We're talking about you. Women with children are less valuable.
So you don't.
It doesn't. The amount of it is a double standard. It's not the same for me. Because you're not supposed to be out here making babies out of wedlock. You're supposed to be with your child's father. Because the same reason why nature tells you you have between so long and so long before nature shuts off your ability to have children. Not us. It's different for us. My question is, why do you women argue with biology?
I'm not arguing with biology. It's just the simple fact that you were like, oh, you have children, so like my value is just like
It's
low.
low.
It's just like
It is.
men can
Okay,
go
you
from
think, before you say that, let's just speak. Do you think what I'm saying is what the average man thinks? You having children out of wedlock, 1, 2, 3, makes your value lower than a woman, than the childless version of yourself.
No, I mean I've heard that a time or two in my life.
Okay. Do you think your sexual marketplace value with 3 children is the same as your sexual marketplace value with no children?
No.
Is it higher or lower with children?
I mean I would say it's lower.
Okay, so why are we having this conversation? Do you understand?
Because I want to know.
Well, that's interesting. All right.
So are women's values lower because they have children? Is he right or wrong? But it's what he was saying is the double standard because
That's your people.
I was wondering, was it the blinds? Because the window
This
was.
side? Am I throwing a rock up here to get in? Does he have his key with him?
Oh.
Well, close the door for in case they keep throwing the rocks till you get down there. Why is the door keep coming over anyway? Well, Kevin Samuel. Well, Taibu Muadi, self-proclaimed genius, debunk this theory. I think Shay set me up tonight, y'all. Because she has children. When I met her, she was a single mom. It's not an easy task to take on another man's responsibility, especially when, he could care less, right? So I just want to say that I think what Kevin Samuel was trying to accomplish is he's trying to basically let folks know, let women know, to basically, just stop, having children, and not, being married. I think Kevin Samuels, in my opinions, are aligned. I think the way that he expresses them is a little bit different. But I agree with him trying to teach young women and women in general that, the hip hop version of falling in love and having kids and just how you set your life up, you could be easily putting yourself in a bad position. So I would have to say that he's right. Overall, I think that individually, it's men's decision to date a woman with children. I think that you can tell a lot about a woman by the way she treats her children and deals with her children. I think that can be just as attractive for men as it is for women to know you have children and you take care of them and you're in their lives and you do the best you can. I mean, to be a part of life. So I think that, it can work. As far as, their value being lesser or greater, I think what he's saying overall, Shay, is that uh you know don't delude yourself if you have kids into believing that you should get a guy that um quote unquote has it going on. I think uh if a guy really wants to build something, he would want to build on his own platform, not on somebody else's. So I wouldn't call the kids you already have a mistake. I wouldn't, say that, I wouldn't judge you for having kids already when I meet you. I just think that I think that he's right that the value to certain men is easily just like, and let's not even use the word value. Would you get picked out of the crowd if men have like a radar vision? Baby, no baby, baby, no baby. Like, would you get picked out of the crowd if you were two stomp down gorgeous women in front of me and I knew I could look on their forehead and see it was like I have X-ray vision? Baby, no baby. Of course, I'm gonna pick the woman that has no baby, and that's not because of the fact that she actually gave birth to a child. So as far as her anatomy, as far as like what I can, what how she can make love to me and make me feel, but it's the fact that whether I have children or not. Matter of fact, especially if I have children, right? Because I know already what it's like to be in a situation where now there's somebody else over them kids. You see what I'm saying? So, like, do I want to be that guy dealing with a me, right? So, with the people that's over them kids, like, how are they dealing with it? So, I can already see that. So, that's not really attractive, right? Um, so yeah, I just think that whether a man has children or not, but definitely because to guys who don't have kids, it could be cute. If your kids are like 4 and 6, if they're teenagers, that might be attractive to some guys if they're like, okay, they'll be at the house pretty soon. You see what I'm saying? So it's how the guy looks at it. But if a guy doesn't have kids and they're like 4 and 6 years old, that might be cool. Like, okay, I can come already be a dad. And then, you know what I'm saying? I can wait till you out there and do stuff with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's still a lot to do there. She looks like she's in her 20s.
She's 29.
And already has 3 kids. So
that's almost 30. But that's the thing, and he was saying, "Oh, we only have a time frame of when we can have kids, supposedly, because I know it's a woman that had a baby at 70 something. So I don't think that. I mean, I know risks of whatever, but still, I know we still can have kids at 40 and 50 if we wanted to. I mean, it's a high risk, but I'm just saying we still can. But the simple fact that he even said that, oh, it's a double standard. You know, we can have a 5, 6 kids and it's okay, but because we're the ones that is gonna, marry you and da da da. And to me, that is like the craziest thing I ever heard. It's like I can have kids, but you don't need to have no kids because I need you to, be fresh, or whatever. But it's just that's the craziest thing to me.
look, let me try to put it like this. There's no short or brief way to break down the dichotomy of how we're looking at this. It's definitely a buyer beware type of situation, though. Just if you have no um, experience with dealing with somebody that has kids, then you just don't know what you're walking into. So you might get a man that doesn't have any kids. If you have 2 or 3 kids, sure, because he doesn't know, he doesn't have any association. He doesn't know what he's walking into. He doesn't know, that kind of bond, especially if he doesn't have any kids. If he doesn't have any kids, he doesn't know the bond that two people have kids share. So it's not really fair for him to be trapped. I would say trapped by a woman that has kids if he doesn't have any kids, into believing like, oh, we can be a ready-made family. Like, I know a guy that got with a chick that had 4 kids and then had one more with her. Like, that doesn't, you having one more with her doesn't negate the 4 that's already there. You're not just gonna be like the one guy you put head on their pan. You ain't gonna be bringing home food just for the one child you had with her. You know what I'm saying? So, like, at the end of the day, I think that Kevin Samuels was basically just trying to make it a cautionary tale. Like, if you put yourself in that position, don't you delude yourself into thinking, well, you're supposed to have the world and continue to try to get, to not really to try to get people that's out your range at this point. Like it's not in your range. If you go to the store to buy something, there's different levels of syrup, or you know what I'm saying, food wise, or TVs, right? You have different brands that are cheaper but bigger versus ones that aren't. Like, you get a 40-inch, high Vizio, whatever, it costs more than a 60-inch, you know what I'm saying, Vivo TV. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's different what you can afford.
So she's supposed to be 29 with no kids.
No. It's not about what she's supposed to be. It's like, and then let's look at her. You know what I'm saying? She's on the show. Look at, I had the ex co-host that used to come on the show and do stuff like this. Like, obviously, I don't know if this was his very first podcast. Maybe it was. I don't know, but I'm just saying. Look at her.
Because she knew what he'd been talking about, so I don't think it was his person.
Nah. Well, what I'm saying is you take 18 years to get ready to come on and give your segment, so you're not looking like this, right?
18 years.
I'm just saying. I started the podcast at what time? You on the show for 10 minutes? You know what I'm saying? I was on the show for almost.
It's been like 15.
Nah, I was on the show for almost an hour. Shay, for you jumped in here, but I'm saying this because you're concerned about your appearance and how you look, even on the podcast.
I mean, my hair's still messed up, but
So this is 29 with 3 kids. He's trying to help her see, like, don't delude yourself about what kind of guy you're supposed to be with. If you want to be with a guy that looks like Tyrese, makes money like Pitbull, you know what I'm saying, like, and has, and drives the Maserati, get out of here. Then don't put that on yourself. Like, be honest, go to work, try to link it with a guy at your job, you know what I'm saying? Like, and become friends and then get them to love. You know what I'm saying? If you want to have a long-lasting love relationship, it's gonna come from somebody in your circle. If you aiming high, you're gonna have 100 bodies and still be lonely and kids ain't gonna have no dad.
I mean, just because she had a bad hair day, or maybe she just got her hair done and she wrapped it for the night. I'm just saying.
Nah, this is everybody. My girlfriend, she's like Mother Teresa sometimes, but
saying.
This is 29. This is 29 with 3 kids. Shame on the fools that kept having kids with her. If it's the same guy or guys that still wanted to kick it with her, if you meet her and have kids with her, bro, shame on you. You know what I'm saying? If you're not gonna get with her and marry her and be into her for real, if you just, whatever, shame on you. But this is what 29, 3 kids looks like, y'all. All right, right or wrong segment. I believe he's right. Over my opinion, I believe that he's right. I think that women should realize that men. Let's keep it real. The kind of man that she probably wants and goes after or thinks about or hits up on dating sites, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the case, the kind of man that she wants is somebody that has, some financial worth, right? Because she has financial responsibilities. So he's saying that doesn't really make much sense, man, because they're not his financial responsibilities.
But it's crazy because what about the guys she didn't have the kids with, or say it's 1 or 2 guys or whatever? What about them?
Earlier on in the show, I broke that down. I'm just basically saying, like, at the end of the day.
So they supposed to go to the next person and be like, hey, you can't have no kids, you know what I'm saying? Even though I got, shorty over here with my 3, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, it's like, that's crazy to think like, oh, I'm above you because I'm a man and you ain't supposed to have no kids. That's just crazy to me. But that's just my opinion.
Forgiving, we're talking about forgiveness, which is a good your segment. Look, we're talking about forgiveness, everybody. Me having forgiveness in my heart for a woman that wants to holler at me, or that's I've been kicking it with a little bit, we just been on some casual stuff. She wants it to be more than casual. Ladies, if you deal with guys that have kids, whether it's because you have kids or not, that's your decision or choice. I think what Mr. Samuels is saying is if you're going to have kids, make it inside of a situation where, well, I've made this point. If she had kids inside of wedlock, I think, I don't know if he did like a questionnaire before and he knew her situation or whatever, but just looking at her, you could tell that if she had them kids, she had them outside of wedlock by her financial situation now. If you're married and you have 3 kids by a man, the state's going to make him pay you alimony in almost all the lower 48 states, which means he has to maintain your lifestyle when he leaves as if he was still there. So all you ladies that's having kids outside of wedlock or letting that guy off without paying alimony, without asking for alimony, that's on y'all. You slap yourself. Makes no sense. Because then you're in a situation where now you're dating guys that aren't quality, that don't, that not, because if she had been married and the women that have kids and they're divorced, it's a different situation for them because the guy can respect them because they're not looking at them like, okay, she was just, a cesspool or a bust down from a bunch of different guys and she don't have her mind right. You know what I'm saying? Why would I expect something different from her? But women who are divorced and have kids is a different, they have a different vibe they can bring. Like, I was down for my husband. It just didn't work out. I couldn't make him stay. I tried to work it out. We had counseling. He just wanted to leave, or what I'm saying, whatever the case may be. So a man might look at will probably look at I mean, me personally, I would say if it was me, I would look at a woman that was divorced differently than just somebody's baby mama, because like at least this person, what I'm saying, was smart, was wise enough to be in this relationship, and she was, it was a vow involved. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just like, hey, you want this? Oh, have a baby. Swipe the card, baby, vending machine. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a real situation, it was a real family situation going on. So if I want to have a family with her, she's already in that mindset, in that mode. And so are the kids, they should all be in family mode. It shouldn't be very hard to get that thing going. Me personally, that's me personally. But I just think that he's right in the sense that he's trying to get women to look at the fact that, y'all don't have a lot of chances, second chances, especially after you have kids. You know what I'm saying? It sucks, but it is what it is. So choose wisely going in the door. All right. Taibu Muad'Dib right here, man. With Shay Houston. I'm not going to stay too long. My girlfriend can't tell time, obviously. So I'm going to start giving her some kind of timer or whatever, whatnot. But at the end of the day, the show is pretty. But I gave you guys some food for thought on the power of forgiveness. Also, the possible outcomes if you aren't forgiving. Please write that stuff down. Hold on to it. Shay, talk to him about forgiveness if you want to. I'll give you a couple of seconds, to let me know how you think about the situation. I mean, that was the topic for today, was forgiveness, why it's important to forgive. People who just don't think they can forgive, I gave them both sides, the power of forgiveness and how deep that is. And then I gave them things that happen if you're unforgiving, possible outcomes of not forgiving, being bitter and angry. So just talk that. When's the last time you forgave somebody and how did it make you feel afterward? How did you fare?
But like with forgiveness, you can forgive somebody. Like say you're in a relationship and they was cheating, and you can forgive that person, but you don't have to be with that person. You know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of people feel like, oh, I forgave you, so let's try to work this out. But most of the time, it's not going to end that way. So I would just forgive and move on. You know what I'm saying? Like I forgive you, but you don't have to go on about your business because I ain't for all that. But I didn't forgave people because I know that's what God wants you to do. It's in the Bible, But
have you forgiven yourself for stuff that you've done? I mean, in the past, or shortcomings.
Have
or
I
whatever.
forgiven myself?
Right? Do you know how to forgive yourself when when you do something that you could make a better decision at or whatever, whatnot? You offended somebody. Have you learned how to forgive yourself?
I don't know. Can you forgive yourself? That's kind of. Can you? I'm asking. I mean, I don't know if that's the right term or word to use. Is you can forgive yourself? Where is that it is?
One more screen share, but I'm gonna do this for y'all on the way out the door. We're gonna screen share one more time to help Shay out with something, y'all. All right, let's share this. Okay, go ahead. You can read it.
To forgive yourself, you should understand your emotions, accept responsibility for what happened, treat yourself with kindness and compassion, express remorse for your mistake. But is the mistake toward like I'm okay? So like if you make a mistake, you supposed to be like, self, I forgive you. Like I'm just trying to figure out like.
If you do something, if you do something that, like I gave examples earlier.
Please give me one.
Earlier, I said, have you ever been a parent and you yelled at your child and felt bad for it afterward?
But that's not a forgive. I forgive myself for
It definitely. Y'all see what I mean? A person that represses this stuff, it comes out in the wrong kind of way. And women, stop thinking that y'all perfect. That's the problem. Y'all mess up and y'all need forgiveness. It makes no. Then you wouldn't even be a Christian if you think you need forgiveness. If you're a woman and you profess to be a Christian, and you don't feel like you need forgiveness. That doesn't make sense. You're an atheist. You know what I'm saying? If you don't believe in God. Everybody that believes in the Jesus Christ sense of God knows that they do sin and they do need forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? So what you're saying doesn't make any sense.
No,
but this
I'm saying like you making it seem like
I'm not. This is
saying, yeah, like
35 million people. How can 35 million people? 35 million people have searched for this. How can they be wrong?
You ask God for forgiveness, but yourself for forgiveness. That's why I'm like. So that's all I care about.
We're reading. We're reading is together. Accepting responsibility for what happened. That's what many. Nah.
Can you forgive me for my sins? Nah. Like I don't ask myself like, oh, that was a mistake. Self, we gotta forgive ourselves. Like what?
I don't see if I said something on camera, y'all might call CPS on her. I'm just saying, if you're the kind of parent that rides around your car with the kids, and nobody in the car is wearing a seatbelt, no matter what age you or the kids are, and a crash happened and the kids get hurt, you don't feel like you should forgive yourself for bad parenting? I'm just saying, like, there's stuff that you do, like, okay, y'all was spared a serious tragedy, but it was bad. I'm gonna put on myself. I had to forgive myself one time for being high, like smoking weed and being high around my kids. My oldest son, he's 21 now. He was like a toddler. We was at the circus. And the Coliseum, it's like, any stadium, it's like really steep, stairs and steps, whatever, whatnot. So there's a portion in the middle in the break where they're like putting ladders up to the big wall and come down and ride the elephants and stuff like that. The kids all want to go. So my brother, my son, and then me. Somehow I couldn't get out the road fast enough. My son shoot past my brother. I'm like, Rashid, grab him. I had to push my brother down onto my son and make them both fall on the floor to keep my son from hitting the railway. You know what I'm saying? He just didn't grab him. And at that point, I feel like my reaction time was slow. I was just being high, just threw me off my square. So I never did it again. When I'm with the kids, ain't no smoking weed, ain't no sneakers. I went outside to the car and puffed a couple times to enjoy this show. But and it could have been a tragic situation. So I had to forgive myself of that. He probably had never know, you know what I'm saying? But I know, you know what I'm saying? I did stuff as a parent, like, you know what I'm saying? I look back on, I had to forgive myself and so that I don't bring it into the relationship and end up so I can meet somebody and not bring angerness and bitterness into the relationship.
Yeah, I see it's in there, but it's just, I guess I wouldn't use forgive. I would use another word.
This show is very enlightening. I didn't when you dealing with somebody that think that they're perfect, it's crazy.
I never said I was perfect.
Everyone makes mistakes, but learning how to learn from these errors, let go and move on and forgive yourself is important. So let's talk about failed relationships. Next time on Tai Bundi, we'll explore Shay forgiving herself for picking bums to be with. You know what I'm saying? Deadbeat guys, huh? Well, if you feel that way, you know what I'm saying?
That's what you just said.
No, I said you pick bums to be with. Yeah.
Picked. Not like now. Okay.
Yeah, that's I definitely said that.
Okay.
I mean, y'all might not know, but Shay tried to holler at me, y'all. She had to earn my friendship.
I tried to holler.
Oh yeah, because I'm telling y'all right now, this is what it is. It wasn't like Shay just hollered at me. I was all in. I was like, nah, shorty, you know what I'm saying? You just moving too fast.
Wow.
You know, them other bums, them other fools, she matter of fact, moving forward, ladies, if he just goes, there's a reason. Any real dude that has a purpose in life that's doing something, he's gonna make you go through a process to get with him. So, you know what I'm saying? If he just says, "Oh yeah, oh babe, let's be more together," like nah, hold on, shorty, you move too fast. If he doesn't have that kind of mentality, ladies, he ain't worth, you know what I'm saying, the time. He really isn't. Taibu Muad'Dib, man, we're gonna get it cracking. I gotta stop my phone because I'm not. I just had to. I'm used to use my. If somebody. That's not the one we go out to, and then my phone has them stacked up. That's what I'm saying. So if somebody wasn't taking stuff out the house, running off with it.
Go to these and then click on this video. You know.
But I'm saying, I don't even know which one it's like. It's like it's called. So we have to just. Cause you don't even like that one.
You don't like it.
I'm saying you don't like it. Taibu Muad'Dib. Taibu Muad'Dib, when my girlfriend gets stuff together. But what do you think of her decorations? Let's give Shay Houston a hand for that. A better podcast viewing experience is what I promised you. And a better podcast viewing experience would you have. Thank y'all for staying with me. Shout out to Shannon. Shout out to everybody out there that joined us on Instagram, Facebook. Make sure that y'all go and like and share and subscribe to the channel and get grandfathered in because we definitely going to get it popping. All right, that's the show. See y'all tomorrow night at 9:30-ish. We're thinking through Thursday when we're going to break down Dr. Umar Johnson and what he's saying about the European power structure. In Aruba, everybody. Let's go.
Bye.